Hi, Cancers. How we doing today? All right, we're going to be doing your weekly from the 27th to August 2nd. And we do have a full moon, I believe, on the 29th. So we're going to be doing the Moonology manifestation. I do not believe any trigger warnings this week. All right, we're going to keep it light and happy. All right, we have relax. So maybe you're needing to get down and relax and just kind of chill this week, you know? And then it says take inspired action. All right, so I feel like after a moment of relaxation, so maybe you're needing to get out, you know, go to a spa or just chill around your house, maybe watch a movie, allows you to have some kind of inspired action. So I definitely like that type of energy. Sorry. Here's the Daydream deck. See what is going on for you this week. Definitely feel like taking a break. You know, maybe you're looking at choices and opportunities. Things you can get out and do just to chill out and relax. All right. What do we have going on for Cancers? So we have the Page of Swords. I feel like that's that inspired action. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So you might just be a little guarded about it. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. I kind of like this. This is like having some kind of idea or thought. This could be you researching stuff and just kind of being chill about it. Or being a little guarded, you know. Feel like kind of secretive because he's hiding behind those wands there. And you can't really see his face. But it's about like bringing something out into the world and offering it. And it's really just about relaxing. You know, kind of embracing the things that you love with that Knight of Cups. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, this is interesting. All right. We got the Two of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like you're finding some kind of healthy balance when it comes to something that's kind of a slow build. It's kind of like just allowing it to build and not really worrying about it. And that's part of that relaxing. It's like I'm putting the work and effort into it, but I also know that I have to balance myself out and just kind of let it be a slow type of growth. And I feel like this is kind of a decision that you've made, especially when it comes to this King of Pentacles, making some kind of decisive action or decision about something, kind of standing your ground on it, especially when it comes to your actual wishes and your dreams. It could talk about healing process with the Star, but I feel like this is more about just kind of allowing your dreams to go and being very clear cut about how you want to do things. And it's also, it can be a very healing energy. The King of Pentacles under there. So you could have somebody that's like in your corner that's super supportive or just shows up and offers you some kind of stability. So with relax, I feel like you're cutting through anything that doesn't serve you with that Five of Pentacles. You know, this could be you researching, you studying, you know, walking away from things that I feel like this is more walking away from some kind of negative mindset, allowing yourself to breathe and just kind of being a little bit more clear, especially when it comes to, I feel like, opportunity. Pages are about messages. So this could be like you just hearing about something. This also could be like the start of you building something financially. Sevens are going to be really important, and that's because you have the Seven of Wands with the Seven of Swords. I don't feel like it's super deceptive energy. I feel like it's just more you being guarded about the things that you're planning or the things that you're you're applying. I cannot speak today. And I say that because you see this like fire burning on these swords. It's kind of like plotting and planning your passions, but being very stealthy and quiet about it. Like you're not really talking about it. You're not really being open about it. And then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Magician. And I really love that. I feel like whatever it is that you're offering, it's really something that you're manifesting. You know, you're thinking about it. You're creating an idea. You know, you're taking a moment. I feel like whatever this is, and I feel like this is more about an opportunity or a career path, even though I don't really see a whole lot of pentacles on the board, just an idea, a dream, or a concept, just some kind of action you are very, very inspired to do makes you, I feel like not right now, but will eventually make you feel relaxed. I know that doesn't make sense right now, but it will. But it's kind of like the more you allow yourself to feel like close your eyes and just think about the opportunity and how it makes you feel abundantly and how it makes you feel stable. And that's kind of what you're drawing into with that Magician card. And I really do like that. So definitely a moment to kind of sit back and relax and not really stress about the situation as it is. You know, you kind of get the best ideas when you're kind of sitting back and relaxing, and then you kind of have that idea or that message just kind of pop in your head and you're like, man, that's cool. And then you like kind of walk away from something and start heading towards that with that Five of Pentacles. And then we have the celebration with that Four of Wands. It's like something kind of aligns with it. And, you know, this might be some kind of union. I feel like the universe is telling you to let go of whatever emotional burdens you've been carrying. You know, if you feel like emotions been kind of stacking on top of each other, that's part of that relaxing is, you know, don't be holding on to that. You know, focus on the celebrations, the joy that you have in your life, those unions. You know, this could be like past ideas, past inspirations, past actions, you know, and having the strength to really kind of build it. So definitely really awesome reading. I feel like whatever this action is, this dream, this desire, this creative force that you're doing right now or that you're thinking about right now, it's like you've already had the seed. Now you're getting out there and trying to make it a reality, but you're being very quiet about it, you know, but I feel like you're manifesting it. And sometimes, I know because I'm a Cancer, you get over obsessive about it. And I think the universe is telling you to relax. Like, it's okay. The more you're relaxed, then you can take some inspired action towards it, you know, but it's about not like regretting your decisions or your choices with that Five of Cups showing up. So definitely really, really good week for you to just kind of chill. All right, let's see what we got going on for love or career or whatever the romance deck has to tell us. So if you guys like this love portion, please leave me a comment below and let me know. So that way at least I have an idea. All right. What do we have going on for my beautiful Cancers? I don't know what that is, but I wanted to come out. We have moving on, and patience. Okay. And putting in the work. Actions help achieve goals, building path to success. Moving on, innings that bring healthy beginnings. So if you're in a situation that is pushing you to move on, I feel like whatever you're moving on to is the start of something new, but allowing yourself to have some kind of patience. And we talked about that earlier about the relax and being patient, that whatever it is you're trying to manifest, it's gonna come. You just have to have a little bit of patience. And I feel like you've been really kind of putting the work in with that. And then we have balance. We did see that earlier. It says juggling too many things at once, find time for yourself. And I feel like that's about that relax, is finding the balance between like the work, the dream, the effort, but also yourself. You enjoying life a little bit. So definitely really good. But I feel like whatever this new beginning is, or whatever you're moving on to, is a healthier start for you. Just allow yourself to have some patience for, in all honesty, whatever this is, because everybody's situation is different. Know that once you keep putting the work into something that you love, something you're truly passionate about, you start to see this success. But don't put yourself in a position where you're juggling too many things at once. All right. Now, what do we have going on for my beautiful Cancers in this situation? What is it they need to know? I'm not taking reversals today. We have the Chariot, you being in your own power. The Seven of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune. I like it with Judgment. I feel like this needs to be kind of a judgment call, especially to walk away from things that aren't serving you and maybe getting out of your head. And with the Eight of Cups, embracing your own path. I really like that. I think I'm going to write that down. So I feel like you've got a lot of movement this week. Chariot, your energy, Cancer's energy, also the fastest moving card in the deck. Under that, the Eight of Wands, another fast moving card. I feel like this is forward momentum. So the more action and willpower you take to something moving on or just pushing forward, and just really sowing your own oats type of energy, definitely allows for good change in your life, good fortune. This could be about you getting out, communicating. It could just be fast forward movement, into whatever this is you're trying to build, whether this is relationship, career. I feel like most of my reads have been about career. I think brings you to some kind of team that really makes you feel structured. And it's also about allowing for teamwork, team building, or really just putting the work into something, and embracing the burden. We saw the 10 of Wands in the other deck also, but I feel like this one's a little bit different because he's just kind of chill. He's loving it. And I feel like it brings an air of confidence into your world. And we didn't get the Magician, but she's the mini manifester in this deck. And it's like, whatever you are driven to do, I feel like you're going to succeed at. The universe is just telling you to keep pushing forward. And then with the Hangman in reverse, I feel like it's more about getting out of your comfort zone, kind of breaking out of your shell. And it's really just a choice and a decision on where you're going to put your energy, where you're going to put your effort this week. And I feel like it needs to be more about you this week. So maybe a week to just kind of chill out, a week to relax, a week to just kind of, I feel like, let those seeds that you're trying to grow and be patient. But definitely forward momentum, a lot of action, a lot of willpower, a lot of drive. But you decide where you're driving, you know, in order for whatever it is you're trying to grow. And I do see goodwill, good fortune heading towards you, you know. Definitely a lot of communication this week. Definitely putting in a lot of work, you know. It might feel like some kind of heavy burden, but I feel like your dreams are what you decide. You create them with that Queen of Wands, you know. Embrace your confident side. Just please don't forget to relax. Take a breath. Take a moment. Enjoy the day, okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Cancers. What else was I going to say? Oh, I will have your monthlies out sometime next week. So I'm not really quite sure on the date. I'm trying to balance out doing this plus my job. So bear with me, okay? All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.